to do an infomercial while I'm involved with this. In fact, one of the guys I used to work for called me the Billy Mays of Weber City. But Billy's now dead. I don't think I appreciate that. Okay. This implement of torture is called a Vidalia onion chopper. Chop wizard, I guess they call it. If you don't have one of these, you can pick them up at the As Seen on TV store in, sorry about that. That's why this works so well. If you chop stuff, and you may, if you make things like pico de gallo or salsa, or if you do canning and you dice the tomatoes, there's this one is a fine. There's a screen in here. Let me show you. The screen in here is a real fine dice. Is that on? Okay. This is the real fine dice, so you can do that. There's also one that's another square. It's bigger and it doesn't do this as fine. I've also got a few jalapenos. This will not be spicy, so don't freak out just yet. The jalapeno is seeded. I have a friend who is a pepper person, and she said take the seeds and the veins out and the peppers are fine. I didn't believe her. Now I do. She obviously knows what she's talking about. A little bit of cilantro. Again, you know, it says to chop it up. It's chopped up. The onions are in this recipe as well. This is called a black olive, excuse me, black olive salsa. It's meant for fish, which is good because that's what we're fixing. Leslie told me that when, was it John Ashton with a magazine I'd never heard of before, showed up to do cooking, that he had a prep crew. I'm it. I'm my own prep crew. And that's okay. It didn't hurt. It just takes a little time. Again, with this little device, preparation gets to be a lot easier. And again, this is all about saving time and bringing out good flavor. So. And this thing measures. If you look at this thing after you come up, at the As Seen on TV store in Johnson City, these things are a fair trade item. I think they're $20 a piece wherever you find them, 19 something. So they're handy to have around. Now you're going to put. Basically, you've just got the tomato and the pepper and the other little goodies that go in there. And then now you add the black olives. A little bit of lime juice. I left the lime in there to remind myself what it was. This is from If you think that Food City tries to snare you on the way out by the cash register, this is one of the snare books. This is the one that I got because I couldn't figure out how I could show the people in Weber City how to do fish, because I just don't cook fish very often. So this one had some good stuff in it. This is actually meant to be eaten with tilapia, and you know, it's a good marriage for a light fish. I've had this before, and the problem I had when I made it was I made it at the store. One of the things that happens in Weber City, I don't know if it happens here, is that when people come through, they're not terribly excited about making things. Like, this is too complicated for most of the people that shop with me. Now, you know, if you spend your life in front of the television watching the Food Network or the Cooking Channel, this is right up your alley. But if you actually have a real life and don't watch the Food Network and Emerald, all those people, you know, this is not a complicated recipe, but it's going to taste really good with that fish. And we are doing fish. Did anybody tell you that? Okay, all right. The fish is good. I'll talk about it when I get there, but it is an Asian catfish called swai, S-W-A-I. It is a native of the Mekong Delta. And when I told that to a man, first guy sampled that fish too. He said, "Oh, I remember that." So we used to throw hand grenades and get them out of the river, and it's like he'd been there. That was a little scary.